Ay, yeah, I'm an act, yeah, yeah. Oh, yes, okay. Yeah, yeah. When I hit that. Okay. Yeah, yeah. When I hit that. Sound like you know. Okay. Yeah, yeah. When I hit that. Okay. Yeah, yeah. When I hit that. Ay, yeah. Stars born, I've been ready for this. Since like 9-5, I've been eager for this. Talent on the rise, I'm consistent with this. Trophy is the prize, ain't no gimmicks with this. Okay, now what's left on them? Told you I'ma flex on them. I did it all subtle, ooh, and then I hit that exit on them. Gotta blame my fate, cause these eyes ain't got nothing on them. I secure the safe for the cradle, I ain't dropping nothing, ooh. Only winning is exception, ain't no truce. Ain't no dub, ain't no L on my crew, ooh. Only winning is exception on my crew, yeah. Ain't no dub, ain't no L. I use a dub, I'ma win, I won't lose.
Night beginning to fall over Southern California, but the lights are shining bright here at the spectacular SoFi Stadium in metropolitan Los Angeles. Tonight, we've got a great Sunday night matchup between the Indianapolis Colts and the Los Angeles Chargers. The shadow's starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports. They'll run for the first time with Austin Ekeler. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up a second and just about a few inches here. We should mention, to go along with a great game he had last week, he was rightfully named AFC Offensive Player of the Week.
And he shares that with his offensive line, the tight end, his fullback. He's looking for more and more of that in this game.
So not quite a first down just yet as they come up on second and less than a yard. A shotgun snap for Herbert. Hunter Henry brings it in. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. Give him 14 on that one and a first down.
Nice job there of utilizing his big target. He didn't overthink it. Understands the catch radius, understands that he knows how to use his body to keep defenders away from the ball, and puts it right out there for the nice.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Herbert will give this one to Ekeler. And he's going to take this one across midfield and into Colts territory. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Last week, of course, the great performance, over 200 yards. He still wants to be fed.
And they should. That's exactly what you should do. I have not yet met a running back that's run for over 200 yards that says the very next week, hey, let's back things up.
Yeah, I don't need it as much.
No, they want it more and more. They're going to be ready to go because they think that's going to happen naturally now.
And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
10 at the 38-yard line.
Out of the gun, Herbert. As he throws there, incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. Here is Eckler. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play.
The ball carrier.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 5.
For the Colts, an extra defensive back in there now on 3rd down. That's out to the left and complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. First down, Los Angeles there with a pickup of 14 yards. That's probably as simple of a throw as he'll have all game.
And good for everyone. Good for his completion percentage. Good for the receptions for the receivers. But you know how they work on that. They have footballs with no laces. So as soon as you get the snap, you're just throwing the football. All right? You're not trying to find the laces and grip it a certain way. That takes time. Just get the ball and throw it. So that's how they practice it all the time now, too.
Herbert operating from the red zone. They'll roll him out right. He's goes, man. It's Henry for a Chargers touchdown. Hunter Henry, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Chargers take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive. And the Chargers grab the 7-0 lead.
Makes the score. Chargers 7, Colts nothing.
Following the touchdown, Rohrwasser handles the kickoff duties. Pulls it in at the 13. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
They'll run. This is Jonathan Taylor. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage.
The tackle.
No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
No gain. 2nd and 10. At the 26-yard line.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. Taylor. And nowhere for him to go again. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. Officially nothing on that one. No gain. So they're left with still 10 to go on 3rd down.
3rd down.
Operating from the gun. Huntley. And he fires one that's intercepted. Derwin James with a pick. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 and a Charger TD.
Touchdown, Chargers.
Make it back-to-back weeks now with a pick 6 for him. He had one a week ago.
Talk about being in the groove, and what are the odds of what we're seeing right here? You don't see it happen very often. Listen, if you get a pick 6 in a season, it's been a big year, let alone back-to-back weeks. I'll tell you this, I wouldn't play cards against this guy in the locker room.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Colts take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And they gave up the pick 6. And now they'll be looking to right the ship here. Now, as a quarterback, are you a little more cautious this go around?
Ball carrier.
You should be, just because after what you gave up. But you can't be so cautious as to just really take things in, and now you're not going to play loose enough to give your team a chance to score. But you still have to be careful, because those defensive guys, I know the reputation defense guys can't catch. All evidence to the contrary on that last possession, though.
he's taken down. Well, let's see here, Charles. He was sacked 6 times last week. Now first quarter sack. What's going on in his mind?
Well, he's thinking to himself, 5 offensive linemen. I got sacked 6 times last week. Let's start thinking about keeping extra people in. Tight end stays in. If I have a fullback or the running back, they stay in and help me block. Maybe not as many receivers in a pattern. Anything to try and slow down that pass rush.
And Pascal's got it. And he is going to have a Colts first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
A gain of 21 yards.
You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field, because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed first down there. They needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole.
On 1st and 10, Huntley. A good throw here, finding Pascal. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
From the gun, Huntley.
Someone's been up to the task so far in this game. They are already up a couple of scores, Brandon, and guess what? I think they're just going to pin their ears back now and get upfield and get after the quarterback.
Been such an impressive first half to get that lead. $14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
14. Colts nothing.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Huntley. And he's going to go down again. Credit the sack to Joey Bosa.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been under constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. Pulled in at the 24. 43 yards on the punt, 7-yard return, and it'll be Charger football here as they take over. The Charger drive about to get going. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here that could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But this is the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40.
He's tackled at the 40-yard line. It's a gain of a yard. Brings up 3rd down and 2.
And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first.
Well, partner, none of these runs individually have added up to a whole lot.
Now 3 plays, all 3 short runs, but together a first down.
Yeah, it's amazing how the narrative changes when you string them together.
After the run, now Herbert to throw. Got a man open, it's Ross. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Brings up 2nd and 2.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
On 2nd down, Eckler. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard on the play, so now they need 3 yards on 3rd down.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
from the 50. Here's Herbert. Finding Gainwell complete. And look at this. Big gain, the fumble. The Colts pick it up. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. These defenses have become so opportunistic, and no matter what you're playing, in this case wide receiver, you got to be careful.
Certainly do, because there is a phrase in today's football that we use all the time: completing the process of the catch. Well, it's after you do that where the trouble begins, right? Meaning you've tucked it away, you're trying to get downfield, but someone's always coming up trying to rake at the ball and knock it free.
Following the fumble recovery, Huntley. Chargers able to get the pressure and bring him down. Uchenna Nwosu, his second sack of the night. Charles, not to point fingers, but how much of this goes on the shoulders of the offensive line? Well, look at the 6 sacks last week. That's the 4th in this game.
Definitely the bulk of it does go on the offensive line. That's what they're tasked with doing, keeping their quarterback upright and clean in the pocket. But I think they have to look at, okay, are we bringing in extra people? Is the ball out of the quarterback's hands quick enough? There are a few other factors they have to look at to try and help out, but you're exactly right. It starts with the O-line.
The Colts on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Operating from the gun, Huntley. Dancing to his left. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Derwin James with a pick. And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line. He's at it again, Charles. He had the pick 6 last week. Not a pick 6 here, but an interception.
It's another Oski, because that's the word we use when we intercept a pass. Oski tells your team to rally around and block for you. Well, that worked really well last week because he made it all the way to the end zone. This week he got the Oski, maybe not a touchdown. Boy, he's playing really well.
It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And it'll be 2nd and very short.
I remember a coaching friend of mine used to tell his running backs before games, make sure you run and jog with your offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking when those big behemoths start to create space for you up front. He did a pretty good job of just following those guys through there for a nice explosive run.
Still a few inches short of a first down as they come up now on 2nd down. To the 20 before he's dropped. 16 yards at first down. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. And his throw here is incomplete. He was trying to hit Taylor Gabriel that time. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
3rd and 3.
Inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. A 5-yard gain, and now they're set up 1st and goal.
The 9-yard line.
Here's 1st and goal, and gosh, points here, a chance maybe to put this thing away before halftime. And the Chargers are going to have a 1st and goal forthcoming as he takes this down to about the 5-yard line.
When you look at the geography we're staring at, this part of the field, don't you always think of big backs carrying the football, bruisers trying to pound it in? Instead, look at a little more of a scat back type, and he's trying to make it happen.
Yeah, they went with the elusive, slippery guy. Couldn't get in there, though. And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. He's got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Chargers. John Ross, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Chargers are going to add on to their lead.
For the extra point.
And it is now 21-0.
Makes the score Chargers 21, Colts nothing.
Following the touchdown, Rohrwasser handles the kickoff duties. Taken in the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
On the return. The Colts take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
A gain of a yard brings up 2nd and 9 at the 23-yard line.
So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we are off to Orlando now to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach?
Rohrwasser set to kick off.
The Colts getting the football first, and they trail here as we are back underway in quarter number 3. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Again, it's Taylor. Only a couple there as he'll be brought down about the 28.
Well, they certainly haven't been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got a chance to pin their ears back and get after him now.
A 3rd down now. Those last 2 plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points. From the gun, Huntley. And the Chargers rush is going to get there. Down he goes. Damon Harrison bringing in 341 pounds of power for the sack.
I think we've seen this before. Someone's down 3 scores. That situation there, it's just going to add to their growing frustrations, don't you think?
Yeah, a bad number 3 right now. 3-score game, 3rd quarter, 3 and out, not what they wanted. And you can tell on the sideline, those faces are getting a little bit longer as this one goes. A nice return there of 11 to help mitigate a good punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Charger drive about to get going. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
And how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They're going to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion.
1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. And not much running room. Down to the 32.
The ball carrier.
A gain of 3, 2nd down.
At the 32-yard line. A 3-yard pickup.
Off the play fake to Eckler, it's Herbert. Finds his man, Watson over the middle. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. A gain there of 21 yards.
The 11-yard line.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. On the screen, this is Eckler. And he's going to get forward for So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. If they didn't have that penalty a moment ago, it'd be a 1st down. Still a nice 13-yard pickup. A lot to praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
He'll buy some time right. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
They certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Here's a quick throw out left. It's complete. So they hit pay dirt, but don't count it yet. There's laundry on the field. We'll see what the penalty flag is about. Going to throw on 3rd down with Herbert. He dumps it to Eckler underneath. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. They do get 12, but they'll be marked short. And that leads to a 4th down. And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1. They'll run for it with Eckler. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Los Angeles. Austin Eckler with touchdown number 7 on the year. For the Chargers, they're able to widen their lead. It's good, and they stretch their lead to 28-0 now.
Chargers 28, Colts nothing.
Following the touchdown, Rohrwasser handles the kickoff duties.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Colts take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
That's the reason we ball for. Circle around twice for the encore. If you know, you know.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
Now the pressure comes, and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Shaquem Griffin, he was relentless there as he hits home for the sack.
It's 2nd down.
After the sack, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's 2nd and a country mile. Operating from the gun, Huntley. Buying time to his left. All in all, no gain on the play, and it'll bring up 3rd.
And while he did a good job of sliding around in the pocket, there was nowhere to go with the football, so he had to take off and try and run. He just got back to the line of scrimmage, no gain.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. From the gun, Huntley. And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line. Joey Bosa able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening. The Colts send out their punter as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And now the punt team couldn't get ready in time, and this is going to be a delay. Now they're backed up further.
I think they were being so careful to make sure all assignments were covered that they ended up running themselves out of time.
Oh, this is off the side of his foot, and he got that one all wrong. That goes almost directly out of bounds, and this is going to be spotted inside the 25-yard line. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
A loss of 2 brings up 2nd and 12 at the 25-yard line.
He'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this third quarter. Back now at SoFi Stadium in Inglewood. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. And now here's a timeout called by the Colts on the defensive side of the ball. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. Able to shed 1 tackle but could not get away from there. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and...
Herbert off of play action. Stepping up, he'll try and run. Herbert able to show his wheels as he gets the first.
That's something we have not seen him do to this point, and that's take the ball, tuck it, and run.
Exactly right. His first carry of the game. I guess he picked a good time to do it.
He certainly did. Not only did he have the element of surprise, he's making sure he's judicious in taking off.
And they've got 3 tight ends here on 1st and goal to add some. Trying to punch it in with Eckler. And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. Austin Eckler with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season, as his guys continue to pour it on. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. Following the touchdown, Rohrwasser handles the kickoff duties. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here. But you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it. And it took the ball off course. Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. To throw again. Huntley. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
And the pressure gets to him again. Joey Bosa able to record his 5th sack of the season.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
On is the punter man as he boots this one away. And not his best effort there, as this one's going to be spotted down just outside of the 40-yard line.
The Chargers take over 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
And for one of the first times all night, he is going to go nowhere as they bury him behind the line. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up 2nd.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
And again, the run defense stout this time. He maybe gets back to the line of scrimmage, but no more.
It's now 3rd down and long.
The Chargers on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This will be 3rd and 15. And he'll get it down here to the 43. It'll be a gain of 4, but it won't be enough. It leaves him with a 4th down now.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds.
1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. Their mini 2-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
To throw on 2nd down, Huntley. Chargers able to get the pressure and bring him down. But we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
The Colts on 3rd down. It's been a problem. Just 1 for 7 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And picked up by the Chargers. And they are going to score on a fumble return. Touchdown. So that is now 2 fumble return touchdowns. You talk about something that's going to drive a head coach crazy.
Without a doubt. But for the defensive guys, once you do it once, you create a frenzy. Everybody wants to get involved, and they got it done a 2nd time.
Nothing.
So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Colts take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. Even though they were able to force the punt defensively, still a big hole to climb out of, especially at this late stage of the contest. Well, he's got daylight. It's a foot race. And he's across for the touchdown. Too little, too late. But he does get in for 6.
No wonder you're grinning. You just beat me in our fantasy league.
Indeed I did, my good man. So they will get on the scoreboard here. Give them credit for that. Too little, too late, but no 0. Oh, you're going slow clap on me.
Not very nice, is it?
No, but they haven't been very nice on offense. It's been a struggle. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. So it's Charger football as we welcome you back from the 2-minute warning. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. 36 yards on the play. First down, and they stick with Eckler. And he'll take this one down to about the 40. Chandler Jones, a former All-Pro, in on the tackle.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
And he stopped immediately there. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is, and really a lot of the time they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
On 3rd down, here's Ekeler. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. 4th down now after a loss of 2. Finally, defensively, they have a little clip to show positive for actually stopping him running the football.
It's been a really long night for them, hasn't it? So they got a little bit of a win there, but let's face it, the vision that he's had running the football has carried his feet to the open spaces and the big yardage all night long.
Over 1st and 10 at their own 15-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. This is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because now is not going to erase what's happened during the game. So after it's over, you're going to go to the film, find out where the game was really lost. But this is not a situation now where you're going to make up for anything.
We'll see what they do here. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. They run with Taylor. And he'll be taken down here, and that is how this one is going to come to an end.
Tonight's final score.
A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different